Hey guys, how are you? And welcome to a new music class with Miguel. Today we're going to learn how to read this chord chart for Lean on Me because it's going to be helpful for you when you record the entire song, which is going to be this week's task. Okay, so this chord chart has everything the song has when it comes to the guitar playing. Okay, as you know, songs have different parts or sections, okay, that make up the song. This chart has everything from beginning to end, okay. As you can see here, I have here the intro, which is the first part of the song where the singer is not singing yet, okay. The singer begins singing in verse 1 right here, okay. Now the first part, the intro, has the same chord progression we've been playing. It's C, F, C, G7, C, F, C, G7, C. The strumming pattern is exactly the same. That is why I put here maintain strumming pattern the entire song. You will not stop playing the strumming pattern until the song is finally and completely over. Okay? From the beginning of the song until you end the song, there is no pause on the strumming pattern. It will continue. Okay? It will never stop. Now, the intro is exactly as we've been playing it. No changes. The verse 1, when the guy starts singing, is going to be exactly the same, but in the end it says here play verse 3 times. So the verse is going to be verse 1 is going to be the chord progression played for 3 times. Okay? After you play those 3 times, so 4 in total because it's 1 for the intro and then 3 for the verse, that makes 4. You're going to play the chorus right here. The chorus is a little bit different because it's only 4 bars long and the chord progression is 8 bars. It's going to be the same 4 bars as in the last line of the verse. For example, here you have the second line of the verse is C, F, C, G, 7, C. The chorus is C, F, C, G, 7, C. Okay, and you're going to play that chorus 2 times. So the chorus will sound like this. Again. Okay, that's going to be the chorus. Then, after we play that chorus 2 times, we're going to the verse again. The same chord progression as the first verse, but this verse, verse number 2, it's only going to be played 1 time. Not 3 times like the one before, okay? Only 1 time. And after that, we go again to the chorus. Now, when I play the chorus, I play it a little bit faster. It's going to be more slowly, okay? It's going to be like this. Let me play the chorus again, the 2 times. F, C, G7, C, again, C, F, C, G7, C. Okay, after that chorus, after chorus number 2, we're gonna go to the verse 3 again. Again, only 1 time. Okay, so the only verse that is 3 times is the first verse, because verse 2 and 3 are going to be only 1 time. After you play that, we play the coda. Coda means the ending, okay? Now the ending is a little bit different because the ending is going to be only G7C, 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 and G7C, okay? Like the last bar of the chord progression we've been learning. So for example, this bar right here, the first bar of the coda is going to be G7, C. We do that 1, 2, 3 times. G7, C, G7, C. Third time, G7, C. And the last time we stop playing when we get to the C. And that's it for the song. So the last bar of the ending is, and that's it. You do not continue with the strumming pattern. Now let me do the entire coda, the entire 4 bars of the coda, so you see how it's going to be played. 3 and second time, third time, the last time, and that's going to be the entire song. Now, it's not really difficult, but you have to be very, very aware of what's happening, not only in the song, but also in the chord chart. Now, what's going to be your task? First, well, you're going to record the entire song from beginning to end. But how are you going to do it? After this video, you're going to find another video of me playing the entire song from beginning to end. In that video, you will not only see me playing the song and hear me playing the song, but you will also hear the original song played in the background. Okay? That way you know exactly when the chords hit on what parts of the song. When you record your video of the song, when you record your task, you're going to use my video of me playing the song as the backing track. Okay? So when I check your task, when I see your video, I want to see you playing the guitar, I want to hear your guitar being played, and I want to hear my video played in the background, okay? So I can see that you are going on the beat. Now, when you record the video, you're going to do it in a way that I can see everything you are playing, okay? So I want to be able to see both your face and your guitar, like this. If it can be even further away so I can see everything better, that's going to be even better, okay? But don't do it like this so that I cannot see what you're playing. That will be incorrect. And do not do it like this so that I can see what you're playing but I don't see your face, okay? So do it in a way that I can see both your face and your guitar being played, both hands. Okay, so that's it for this video. Be sure to practice a lot before you record your video. If you make a mistake, try not to restart the video again, because if every time you make a mistake you're going to do that, it's going to take a long time for you to record your task. So if you make a mistake, try to catch up to what I'm doing and continue playing for the rest of the song. Only if the mistake is too big and it's impossible for you to catch up and continue, then you can restart the video, okay? Only for cases like that. Why? Treat this as a concert. When you're in a concert, you're not restarting the song again every time you make a mistake. You see what everyone else is doing, you catch up, and you continue playing. Try to do that here, okay? It's very, very, very important. So practice a lot with my video, and then record your task, and I will see you next class. Bye-bye.